Guys, this is something I actually need to talk about in today's video because this is kind of crazy. Duet Night Abyss, a game I was like looking forward to, is no longer a gacha game. One of the upcoming gacha games that I was looking forward to is no longer a gacha game. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. But I still gonna play. I'm still gonna play. Definitely. I don't know if I'll actively play it. I already didn't know that. But it was still a gacha game. And like, if the game's good, the game's good. Like, to me, it doesn't matter if it is or isn't a gacha game. But you know what? Enough talking before that. Let's just watch the video. Let's just watch the video.
No 50/50s in Duet Night Abyss. But that's just the beginning. Because now, there's no gacha system at all. The changes revealed in DNA's global launch announcement livestream transform it from merely a generous game to the most expectation-shattering experience on the market. How is it possible for a gacha game to evolve beyond being a gacha game? This is one of the riskiest gambles I've ever seen a video game make, and I'm not just saying that because Duet Night Abyss is sponsoring this video. A move like this is genuinely unprecedented. And speaking of being sponsored,
okay, so she's sponsored by the game. So we already know like to take everything in this video with a little bit of grain of salt. I mean, she's still probably gonna talk about facts, but like there's gonna be some shilling because of the sponsorship. But I don't care.
Pre-register with my link below if you're interested in playing DNA when it launches on October 28th.
If they're cooking.
It really helps support the channel. Before the live stream, DNA's Twitter cheekily asked players what would be a better upgrade to their gacha system out of these three options. What no one expected was for them to upgrade to their
options. 100 free pulse every version, so like probably after every update. No 50/50 on character banners. Lower the max pity count. Drop your IDs in the comments.
Gacha system out of these three options. What no one expected was for them to throw out the gacha altogether and obliterate DNA's core monetization strategy. While in previous closed beta tests, the game used to aim simply to be generous relative to other gacha games by foregoing the 50/50 system and making weapons grindable, it has now entirely dropped that monetization model. I don't think I've ever seen a gacha game do this before, and if you have, let me know in the comments. Let me reiterate, there is no gacha system for characters, weapons, or equipment in
Hold on. How to get characters. Daily commissions, weekly commissions give you drops. They give you sealed commission letters, characters, open, collect enough character shards, get the character there. So it's probably buy or grind. It's gonna be buy or grind. It's kind of like the gacha, but probably without the gambling, I'm assuming here.
Duet Night Abyss. Truthfully, I love gacha games, but I love them in spite of their FOMO tactics and banners. Gacha is one of the only genres that provides high-quality anime graphics, new content monthly, is freely accessible to anyone, that sort of thing. The predatory monetization is a side effect that I endure. In fact, I've become so accustomed to it that the thought of playing a mobile anime game without it seems nearly unthinkable. Which begs the question, without the shadow of gacha, how will you be able to obtain characters and weapons in DNA now? Duet Night Abyss features a cast of demonic characters brandishing horns.
I've been looking forward to this game and I don't recognize like some of the stuff they're showing here.
Even villains are playable right away.
Apparently
like
I'm not like keeping track of it enough.
She's my favorite. I say that every video, but it keeps being true. Since gacha is out the window, characters can be obtained in two ways: by grinding their shards through in-game modes to unlock and upgrade them, or by purchasing their shards from the cash shop outright. If you've already earned some shards from grinding but decide you want to purchase the character, or maybe you just want to buy the last few shards you need.
Okay, so it is buy or grind. It is buy or grind.
You'll be able to purchase.
It's basically gacha without the gambling.
The exact amount you need rather than overspending on a big bundle. Meanwhile, when it comes to weapons, you can earn those through grinding parts and then craft them in-game. In other words, every single character, as well as all their best equipment and weapons, can be earned solely from your effort without spending a dime.
But like, the grinding better be good though. The grinding better be good, because like if the grinding is gonna be long and boring and tedious, then it is really no different from like Genshin's artifact grinding, Because like doing the events and like the mini game stuff that most gacha games offer is basically what kind of like makes the grind a little bit less tedious, right? Because then you can get the currency to do pearls. They better. I'm kind of mixed. But maybe that's me.
The grinds are reasonable.
Because it depends on how much you gotta grind and how boring and tedious the grind is. If it's gonna be like the same battle over and over again against the same 3 enemies that you keep like wiping, and then you need to like wait an entire day before you could like do it 3 times a day, and then you gotta wait an entire day to get more.
The banners are gone. What's the point in having a distinction between 4-star and 5-star characters? The devs clearly asked themselves this exact same question because they've elected to completely remove star ratings from characters. This is massive.
I mean,
4-star characters in gacha games are usually just as cool as their 5-star counterparts, but their stats and multipliers tend to be bludgeoned for no reason other than they're 4 stars and therefore don't make as much money. I usually avoid using them in gacha games, even if I utterly adore the look and feel of a particular 4-star character. But thanks to this change, all characters are created equal, including former 4 stars like Hellfire, Rhythm, and Outsider. They are now completely free from the 4-star curse, able to be complete characters in their own right. Are now completely free from the 4-star curse, able to be complete characters in their own right. Hellfire was one of my favorite characters to play in the previous closed beta tests, and I am so glad that I can now use her without that voice nagging me in the back of my mind that she's suboptimal. Okay, so DNA killed their gacha and removed their arbitrary 4 and 5-star ranking system. But that's not all. That brings us to the second most annoying mechanic that has plagued gacha games, the stamina system. Since there's no gacha to time gate currency behind, there's no need for a stamina system either. So that's out the window too. That's right. Daily stamina caps, gone. Now you can grind at your own.
Isn't this basically going to be the Warframe formula? Like, it's gonna be more like Warframe and less like gacha games, I think. I didn't play Warframe. I played it for like a few missions, but I know like very tiny minimal bit about it because some of my friends actively play it. But this does sound like Warframe. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but this does sound like it's going to play and work like
running
Warframe,
out of or capping
but with
your daily
girls.
Stamina. In previous betas, the best use of this stamina was to survive 3-minute-long enemy battles. I cannot emphasize enough how much this sucked. 3 minutes for a single daily felt like an eternity in a gacha game, and it got old fast. However, with the stamina system now gone, I will no longer feel the need to spend stamina on these repetitive stages. I can simply do them whenever I need the materials they drop. But that's not all. These 3-minute stages have...
That's mixed. It depends on how tedious the grinding is gonna be.
Been completely
because it's
overhauled.
It's gonna be so easy to burn yourself out from that.
And are no longer on a fixed timer. Instead, the fight ends when you clear out all the enemies or complete the objective. So, as my power and skill increases, these grindy battles will get shorter and shorter. With the stamina system gone, there's no great pressure to do boring chores every single day. And when I want to do chores, that grind has been reworked to feel rewarding instead of a 3-minute punishment in timeout. So with the gacha gone, stamina gone, and everything free to earn at your own leisure, that brings us to the elephant in the room. How is a free-to-play game like Duet Night Abyss supposed to make any money? After all, something has got to pay for those servers and regularly scheduled content updates, right? Well, as I mentioned earlier, you can outright buy characters if you don't want to spend time grinding to unlock them for free. But that's not the only way DNA plans to monetize this game. Instead, DNA is going down one of my favorite routes. focusing on cosmetics. In previous tests, Duet Night Abyss boasted an incredible cosmetics system, with capes and other accessories equipable by any character. It had this comprehensive dye system that allowed you to dye different parts of weapons and character skins.
It's a bold move.
Outfit
I gotta admit it. It's a bold
had around
move.
8 separate
We'll see
dye
how it
channels,
goes.
meaning
I will play
your
the game,
version of
though.
an outfit could look
I will
quite
play
a
the
bit
game.
different from your friends. Dyes were difficult
Maybe
to
make,
obtain
like, a
in
few
previous
videos
tests,
about it,
however,
and then
I'm
more if
hoping
I
they're
really
a lot
like
more
it.
accessible now.
We'll see.
You'll be able to show off your great or intentionally terrible looking outfits in a social hub called the Multiplayer Plaza. Even better, if you've got no interest in seeing other players, you can just disable Multiplayer Plaza with an on-off option. The devs have promised to roll out more outfits and accessories in future updates, and I cannot wait. Look at this gorgeous swimsuit they showed off for Fushu, and this simple but cute Christmas-themed outfit for Psyche. There's something nostalgic to me about showing off a character that I've crafted the perfect look for, whether it's through rare accessories, cash shop items, or clever uses of dyes. Really takes me back to my DFO days. Wait, did anyone else here play DFO? Maybe more people can relate to showing off their cat girl in Limsa Lominsa. To support this focus on aesthetics, the graphics of the game as well as the character models have been further improved since previous tests, and we got a taste of this during the live stream as well. Check out these comparisons between old and new character models. They look amazing.
I think the old ones
What's more,
already look
even
good.
the skins that were in the last
new
beta
ones
got
do
upgraded,
look
complete
better.
with improved special effects.
They're like polished
This new
versions
focus
of the
means
older
that DNA
ones.
will have a greater
That looks
emphasis on story, characters, and social activities than ever before, which sounds right up my alley. Many of the changes I've covered so far have been made in large part due to player feedback. Here's a quick-fire list of some more quality-of-life features coming to the launch version of the game. In DNA, you control one character while fighting alongside 2 AI characters you also own. Now, you can automatically summon these AI companions at the beginning of a commission instead of having to manually summon them every time. The Helix Sleep is a traversal ability that used to require 2 buttons to execute. Now it can be done with only 1 button, making the experience much smoother for mobile players. And all players, for that matter. Sprinting and grappling have been added to make traversal feel even better. In addition to the multiplayer plaza, you'll still be able to do co-op commissions with up to 2 other players. Mobile performance will be vastly improved since the last beta. That's to say nothing of the many other adjustments coming, such as the increased amounts of shops in town, being able to use the forge from any location, and more. Before Gacha, there was my one true love, MMOs. DNA's move from Gacha monetization into something more reminiscent of MMOs is absolutely mind-blowing to me. I've never seen a game willingly step away from Gacha before. Usually it goes the other way around. However, there is still one big gamble here,
Genshin,
and that's a massive gamble on the devs'
aesthetics.
part. Frankly, I hope it pays off. Whether this game succeeds or fails, it's going to have huge ramifications for the future of gacha games, and I hope all games improve because of it. If you want to experience this grand gamble with me, pre-register with my link below so you can be ready for the global launch on October 28th. But to see more of what DNA has to offer, you'll definitely want to check out this video.
I'm gonna
Just
play.
ignore
I'm gonna
everything I
play.
say about gacha
I already
because
said that,
you
but
can
I saw
earn
like
every
the first
single
trailer,
character
like when I
for free
first
now.
heard about the game.
Did I mention every
I
character
already
is
told
also
myself and my
permanently
friends that I was
available?
gonna play it. I was showing them the trailer, so I'm like definitely gonna watch. But yeah, it does feel Warframe like. But yeah, that's kind of an interesting like way to go about it, to just get like rid of the gacha monetizations entirely. I mean, they have to make up for it in some other ways, right? So by the sound of it, they want to like sell the character for like one set price instead of making it a gamble, and have like cosmetics and stuff. I wonder if the cosmetics are also like unlockable, grindable, or like for a set price. I wonder if for the cosmetics they'll do like a loot box mechanic. Because then you're basically you're sacrificing one gamble for another. But yeah, we'll see. I will play. Maybe make a video, 1 or 2. And maybe even more if I like it. We'll see.